Good morning, gamers. This is Mark with your weekly Ohiohammer RnR for the week ending June 10th. To start things off, Atchison Creations has went ahead and released a set of barricades. And what you get here, guys, is 14 pieces that'll make a square barricade set that's 10 3/4 inches by about 15 inches, and I think they said a little over 1.5 inches high. And this will set you back about $25. Be really nice for some Cities of Death style terrain. Moving on, Animator Games has come out with the artwork for the Ethereal Channeler. And again, this is only the artwork, and this is for their Deep Wars game. Be really kind of interesting to see what they continue to come out with for that game. Now, the folks over at Fantasy Flight Games have been quite busy with Death Tactics. You start off, the Allied get an amphibious walker. You get 2 walkers in a box for $30. Moving on to the SSU, you get both the SSU Specialists or the SSU Rifle Squad, and these will clock in at just under $20. And one of the things I really love about the Death Tactics game is they have been coming out with the terrain right there with it. In this case, they give you a Warzone tenement, and this building comes in at just under $30. Our friends over at Forge World have been kind of busy. First off, they've released a generic Space Marine Commander and Battle Standard Bearer in Mark IV Maximus Armor, leading a lot of people to speculate that there may be an Imperial Armor Heresy Edition. Now, the one thing I don't necessarily care for is on the Commander. It looks like his helmet is molded into the crook of his arm. So if you're not interested in the Roman-style crest, it might be a little hard to get out. But as always, Forge World is putting out some beautiful models, some amazing detail, and I'm loving what they're doing with the older style armors. And of course, the Marines come in at £25 British for the set of 2. And also released is a set of Minotaur brass etch. Now, they do show in some of the pictures, which I didn't grab, where they went ahead and used the brass etch on the Commander and Standard Bearer. So they're really showing you that brass etch can be molded to the contours of your model and doesn't have to be taken flat. It would be interesting to see if either of the Masterwork volumes have a section on working with brass etch. Now, Games Workshop has given us a teaser last Friday. All it really was just the Flaming Aquila, and it came up with the date of 23/6/12, which for the American listeners is the date, the month, and the year. So, of course, the rumors are highly abound, especially if the 6 was the Roman VI, which would seriously indicate 6th edition will be coming out, at least for pre-orders, here in 2 weeks. Moving on, Hawk War Games has had a very busy week. As usual, we get the standard preview picks: the Kodiak Command Vehicle, the Zeus Command Walker, the Command War Strider for the Sheltari tribes. A very command-heavy pick release, as well as showing off the heavy dropships for each of the 4 races. But then, Friday, the website finally opened for pre-orders. And what they've given us is, as usual, you can order all your items individually, but they come out with 3 levels of starter kit. I went ahead and pulled the pictures and the pricing for the low-end starter kit. Like I said, 3 levels of starter kit, and each of them also has the option of coming with a KR multi-case that's custom cut for these miniatures. I'm really excited about this game. The 3-pack come in at $105, so about what you pay for a battalion box now. All of them seem to come with about 3 dropships, about 4 stands of troops or so, depending on the faction, of course, between 6 and 8 vehicles. Again, things are just gorgeous. They are a combination of white metal and resin. This is the pre-order only. The intro sets come with 40 card decks of cards. I would assume this follows very heavily on the Spartan wargame style of play, where the cards can be used for repairs or, an extra action or something to that nature. Now, the cards can be bought separate if you want to go ahead and make your force yourself and not get a starter set. And the cards come in at about $8, and the book appears to be about $23. Again, I've spent a lot of time reading up and following Hawk Wargames, so it's really exciting to see a game that's inspired this kind of interest just based on the models. And hopefully I can get to talk to somebody over at Hawk Wargames, in the next month or two, just to see how they feel about their launch. Privateer Press has followed up the War Machine starter box with the Hordes 2-player battle box. What they're giving us out of this is Circle of Oberos and the Legion of Everblight. You get, as you would expect, the starter set for the Circle and the Legion, which should be Kaya and her 2 Arguses. They're giving one of them as the Winter Argus, which is different than the box set, and a Warpwolf, as well as a set of 5 of the Skinwalkers on 40mm bases. For Legion, you're getting Lilith and her 4 Shredders, the Carnivorian, as well as 5 of the War Spears, I believe, which follows up with the way they did the War Machine box set, where you got the starter set for each faction, as well as 5 40mm base heavy infantry. Of course, adding on to the miniatures, you get the 88-page small rulebook, which, coming from a Games Workshop gamer or the Malifaux rules manual, having that small size travel rulebook is just great. And I actually highly recommend, guys, take it down to your staples, your Office Max, your Kinkos. Go ahead and have them cut the binding off. Hole punch it, so that way you can lay it flat. Okay, they also give you, your dice, your ruler, and then an introductory play guide. While I have not seen a definite when this is coming out, there was a site or two who had this linked in the September releases for Privateer Press. So it is a little ways out, and it does, like the War Machine version, clock in at $99.99. Our friends over at Puppets War have continued to just release a steady stream of goodness. The first thing we got is the Prometheus Brideheads. There's 5 sculpts. Again, you get 10 in a pack for €7. I'm a little more curious to see what people would do with these, as I can't readily identify, what they're intending to replace. Again, I'd be really interested to see what people do with these. They are beautiful, but again, I'm a little confused, I guess, with what the purpose of them is. But the other release from Puppets War is just a gorgeous motorcycle squad. This is very much a Space Marine motorcycle squad. You get 3 Steam Knights, or whatever they want to call them, for IP issues in a set for $20.50 in euros again. I went ahead and showed the motorcycle breakdown here. Puppets War is really one of those alternative miniature companies that's making me stand up and take notice and thinking about the coolness that can be done if you're willing to stray just a little bit from Games Workshop proper. Also, Cybor, not to be outdone, has went ahead and released a Lion Knight. again, beautiful, beautiful sculpt. Seems very Dark Angel-esque to me, which goes right along with the rumors that, Dark Angels are next. So it would be great for a special character or your, chapter master. He is 19.5 euros for the sculpt, but sometimes you just want to spend that extra little bit on your special character to make him really stand out. Now, the last thing I got for you guys, since this was kind of a slow week, I'm assuming Origins took care of most of what everybody had, is the Black Crusade 2012 has been announced. Now, this isn't a Games Workshop run thing. These are the guys who did the Storm Wardens project, as well as the Heroes of Armageddon in the past 2 years. This year, they're going for the Black Crusade 2012. What they're going for is a Chaos Space Marine Army, which they will give away in a raffle. All contributions will benefit the Jack Vassal Memorial Fund, which is a charity that provides financial assistance to members of the public who are part of the gaming community and have suffered personal hardship. Now, what they've done in the past is you can go ahead and donate a couple dollars, which will get you an entry in the raffle for the finished product, as well as every once in a while you'll get one of the contributors, Secret Weapon Miniatures, or Goat Boy may do something, or Anvil Industries may go ahead and give out something, whether it's, a couple bases or a painted miniature or whatever it is. And again, this is a community-driven event. It's for a really good cause. The Storm Wardens project and the Heroes from Armageddon projects were immensely successful. So definitely keep an eye out on this. At this point, they're just saying contributions will start being accepted Monday, June 11th. I have not seen on here where the cutoff is. I will go ahead and link to the website in the end of the show, and go check it out. Contribute. They may need people to donate either models or painting skills. So again, guys, go ahead and check it out and see what we can do for the community. And with that, guys, before I end out the show, with Origins being last weekend, I did get a chance to get in a couple of interviews, which I will go ahead and put up on the Ohiohammer RnR RSS feed as an audio-only set of interviews, and I should have it out about Wednesday after the show goes live. So go ahead and check that out if you're interested. And with that, guys, this is Ohiohammer RnR, and I will see you next week.
This podcast was brought to you by the Ohiohammer Network of Podcasts. If you liked the show, please check out our site, www.ohiohammer.com, and follow us on Twitter. Our addresses are at Ohiohammer2011, at Jake_Ohiohammer, at Mark Dieter, and at Ken_Second Founding. We ask that if you like the show, please leave us a positive review on iTunes. Remember, all products and companies talked about on this podcast are the respective property of their owners, and the Ohiohammer Network makes no claim to said property. As always, guys, enjoy the site, enjoy the podcast, and enjoy the game.